is James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at NAB 2026. I'm here with Ramy Katrib, my old friend, and he's the CEO, the founder, one of the founders of Digital Film Tree. And I think Digital Film Tree is probably about the same age as Digital Cinema Society, you know, and you're a real pioneer. There aren't many post companies around still that started when you did.
No, it's been precipitous, like a precipitous fall off. I think there's dozens of companies that were there that don't exist anymore, including the one that was my first job in media, Magic Film and Video Works. I actually just recently got in touch with the owner of it just to kind of compare notes and kind of share some memories. But yeah, it's completely different in the 25-year arc.
Well, you and I are survivors.
We are survivors. I guess we don't know any better, right? We can't like get out of the game, and it would be boring, right, if we weren't doing what we were doing. I actually still am enamored by Hollywood, you know, with all the melancholy and all the kind of challenging times that are happening. I still get excited going to the studio, you know, walking into a stage. Meeting with the writers, the DPs. It's a one-of-a-kind industry, like that's hyper creative, hyper technical. There's nothing like it. And obviously it's going through profound change right now. But I think you and I are still very optimistic. It's like you're always smiling. I'm always looking at the bright side of things, the silver lining. You know, anything good that we've done was based on failure. So I always think about that.
But not giving up.
Not giving up. In fact, you refresh, right? I call it fast refresh. Don't trip out. Just move on. Like go around it, go under it, jump over, do whatever you got to do, but move on.
Well, you're always leading the technology charge in post-production. Tell us what you're working on now.
It has been active. So Digital Film Tree is building essentially a data center that looks and feels more like what happens in Silicon Valley, or data centers that are serving other verticals outside of Hollywood. That is a big part of our future. We have become a data gravity business. So at least 5 of our shows right now are shooting either 8K or 12K. You know, at first all the DPs would want to shoot at the maximum resolution, so we go, can we compromise and shoot at 8K as opposed to 12K? But invariably, you know, we'll get dailies any given night, and they just flipped the switch and started shooting 12K.
Okay, so you're shooting 12K or 8K, but how are you finishing? Are you finishing all the way through the pipe in 8K?
No, it still finishes at UHD or some 4K delivery, because that's what the platforms or the studios require. That has
today.
But you know, the bigger raster, the bigger frame provides a lot of advantages. Like if you're using machine learning to train on certain shots for visual effects, there's a popular tool called machine learning tool called Copycat. So having a bigger frame or more pixels to train on is actually really great. The VFX people like it. The DPs like having more framing opportunities with 8K or 12K, so you can essentially reframe, you can zoom in remarkably. I mean, when you see the DP seeing it for the first time, if they're used to zooming in only like 100%, and then zooming in 200-300%, they like literally they're like, you see it in their face, they're like, huh? And they'll walk up to the screen, and you know they're going through something that's novel to them. So there's a lot of benefits. It also has kind of a large format aesthetic, you know, so lenses with a 12K sensor or 17K sensor translate differently. Like a 25mm translates differently than a 4K sensor. So there's a lot of upsides. We know that the directors of photographies that we're working with unanimously like shooting at higher resolution. And it's been great to work and collaborate with them in that regard. They're really leading the charge. We're just kind of serving and supporting.
What are some of the shows that you finished lately?
So Rooster, we just got Rooster, the 10th episode, out the door. That is That's Blake McClure, and also colored by Josh Bohosky. Just a gorgeous show.
It's funny too. I like that show.
I know. I mean, it's funny. We work on mostly television, and with my wife, I'll literally be laughing out loud, which is very rare. It's viscerally very interesting. Blake, I think, is just genius in terms of how he photographs and the way he gets light into the lens and the filters that he uses to create that very unique texture. It's one of a kind, so that's one. And then we work with
Shrinking, I know, is one.
not Josh.
John Brawley, friend of mine.
Friend, yes. So he's really tech forward and innovative. So he started actually noodling last season, wanting to shoot at either 8 or 12K, and he had a relationship with our friends at Blackmagic. We're very close with the Resolve team. Now we're very close with the camera team. We love cameras. We always have. That's why we love you. So we love all our friends at Ari, all our friends at Red, all our friends at Sony, and now all our friends at Blackmagic. We're also using iPhones to shoot some pretty professional looking stuff. So it's really like, there's never been a time like this in the imaging arena. You have so many options, so many opportunities to create looks at price points that were just unthinkable, incomprehensible just 5 years ago. Look what you can do now.
And it doesn't get boring.
There's not a dull moment. There never is. The fact that the majority of our shows are shooting at such resolution, and now a 4K project is the outlier.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
Yeah, that happened pretty quick. Going back to data gravity, a big part of it is just supporting productions by having all that data be readily accessible, easy to access, and not just the production that we're serving, but the other vendors in the mix. Like, we never got the memo that we're not supposed to collaborate with other post vendors, because the truth of it is that there's really cool people that work at post houses, and we get along more often than not. So that's been really rewarding. And also being able to work with colorists that are independent or have their own companies, like Shaylee Brooks, and Josh just most recently, and others. That's been really cool. That was like a thesis. We were like, wait a minute, they're artists. Some of them want to be independent. Why don't we provide them like infrastructure and support? And it's working, Meanwhile, our senior colorist, Thomas Gallion, just finished coloring Scrubs, and I think it looks fantastic. And he just started working on Ted Lasso, so we're keeping busy.
Ted Lasso's another one. Great.
That's right.
Got a lot of feathers in your cap. Thank you so much, Ramy.
Thank you, James, as always. And, I just want to say thank you for all that you do and all the knowledge that you bring to us and the way that you do it. So really appreciate you.
Let's meet back here in another 25 years.
Okay, we'll be here.